Assalamu alaikum, this is me Atisham Haider and you're watching my YouTube channel RILS. Now this video is the second video of the series of lectures with respect to parts of speech. Now in the previous video I described the concept of the parts of speech, and also we talked about the first part of speech, which is noun along with its definition and its kind. So if you have watched the previous video, so I do recommend you to please watch that video so that you can fully understand this second part of speech. So in this video I'm going to discuss pronoun along with its definition and its kind. So it's very technical, so please be with me with this video so that you can fully grasp the concept of this particular part of speech, which is pronoun. Now what is pronoun? Pronoun is basically the combination of two words. One word is pro and the other word is noun. So noun you have already studied in the previous video, that anything that has its own identity, that is known as noun. But what is pro and what does it mean? So it means basically that pro is the word which refers to support or favor or anything that favors or supports. You call it pro, like you say pro government policies or anti-government. So that is the antonym of this word pro. So pro means to support, pro government policy, pro company policies. So the policies that support government or the policies that support that organization. So you can use this word pro. So this means that a word which is used to support noun. So noun you have already learned, and this word is going to replace that noun, and this will be used as a support to a noun. So there's like sort of words like in morphology of English linguistics, we get to know that how to form various words in English, and this morphology tells us to structure various words. If you have got a root word and you add something preceding to that word, so that particular word which you attached before this root word, that is known as basically a prefix. And whereas on the other hand, if you attach any word to the root word and that is followed by this root word, like after the root word, and you attach it and it makes it a sense and it turns that word, that root word into something else, or like make it either adjective or adverb, you can refer that particular word which you attach in the post position of that particular root word, you can call it suffix. So these two, prefix and suffix, they are called as affixes, and they help you to form a word, and you can convert a word from a noun to adjective, from adjective to verb, or from verb to adverb. So there are various tactics in order to form a word. So this pronoun refers to if I define this particular terminology pronoun, so we can get to know that pronoun is a word that is used to support a noun, or which is used in place of a noun. So now pronoun basically can be categorized in 8 types. So I would just name them first, and afterwards we're going to discuss each type with certain examples. So the first type is a personal pronoun. Second one is the indefinite pronoun. Third is relative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun, number 4th. Number 5th, reciprocal. Number 6, reflexive. Number 7, demonstrative. And number 8 is the emphatic pronoun. So these are the 8 types of pronoun which you have to learn one by one in this video. Now let's get to start with the types. Now the first type we have as personal pronoun, and that is most commonly used in our day-to-day conversation, because we hardly name a person, or when we talk about a person, so one time we name him or her, but the second or third or various times when we talk about that person, we use his replaceable, like a word that we through which we can replace that noun. Like if my name is Atisham and I repeatedly say Atisham, Atisham, so that is going to make this word monotonous. So you will do what? Like first of all, you introduce yourself that I'm Atisham, and now next, when you want to give suggestion or you want to talk about, you shed light upon any particular terminology in English grammar, you have to call yourself as I. So I is basically a personal pronoun. So you have got too many personal pronouns, and you can also further categorize this personal pronoun into various types. Now I would say some of the personal pronoun I, you, we, he, she, it, like these all are called as personal pronoun. Now if you want to categorize, so I is known as the first person singular pronoun, first person singular, whereas we is known as first person plural. Okay, so I refers to one person like I, but we refers to the plural noun. Okay, but that also is a first person. Why? Because the one who addresses that is known as the first person. So if I address to someone or we address as a whole to someone, so this is going to be treated as the first person pronoun. But one is singular, I, and the we is the plural one. Okay, now we have got also second person singular and second person plural pronoun. Now second person singular is you, whereas if we go for the plural one in the second person, so that is also you, because when you talk about or when you talk to someone and that is only one person, so you, instead of calling his name, you can call him or name him with you. But if there are more than one person, or there are two or more than two persons, so you're gonna call them you, like as a whole, all of you. You can also say, to make it more clear, but you usually say that you should do your assignment. So maybe you're 6 people, you're 100 individuals, so I just say you should complete your assignments on time. So you is used in both singular and plural, but this is the second person pronoun. Now third person personal pronoun, because we're discussing the personal pronoun. So the singular one, he, she, it, or like any singular noun, that is the third person, whereas if you talk about the plural one, so you're going to have they is the plural pronoun. So this is the concept of personal pronoun in the form of pronouns. So we can also categorize these personal pronouns into subject case in a sentence like structure, where you're going to place like these pronouns. So in a subject place, you place I, you, we, he, she, it, like I play. So I as a subject, you play, she plays. So these come under this subject case or subjective case. You can also categorize possessive in two forms. One is dependent possessive and the second one is independent possessive pronoun. So dependent possessive pronoun always takes a noun after them or followed by a noun, right? So see, if you say that my camera, my mobile phone, and my fan, so you have got this variation, like her, room, and so for I you can make it my, for you can make it your, for we you can make it our, or for they you can make it their. So you've got the categories. You should know about this dependent possessive case, and you also have independent possessive case of this personal pronoun, which for I you can refer it mine, like but this independent possessive, as the name refers to, that it won't take any noun after them, as dependent possessive takes noun after them, like my home, my room, my car, my phone. But here this independent possessive won't take any, so you use that object in a subject place, like this car is mine. You don't say this car is mine car or my car. This car is mine. So after mine you don't use anything. So this comes under this independent possessive case, and for you can make it yours, for we you can make it ours, for they you can make it theirs, and for it you can make it its. Like, so it has got variation which you have to learn about this independent possessive pronoun. So if you have any confusion, I can type them like in the description, or also if you have any specific query, so I would just type it in the comment box as a feedback with regards to this independent possessive category. But the concept is that, so for they and for you, for we, for he, she, it, you should search about that what are the independent possessive pronoun. And we can also categorize this personal pronoun into object case. Now for object, like subject, verb in a sentence, and afterwards when you go for using object, so you can turn this I into me, you into you, he into him, she into her, so it into it. So this particular category is known as object case. Now let's get to the second type. This was the first type, personal pronoun. Now we're going to move forward to indefinite pronoun. Now indefinite refers to not definite or common objects, like, or common nouns when you refer to, but instead of calling their names you may call this like everyone. Okay, instead of saying a person or any person, so you say that anyone or no one or something or nothing or anything. So these words which come with any, none, no one, nothing, something, anything, everyone, no one, these all words come under this indefinite pronoun, and you want to take s or es in the present form, like everyone has, no one has, someone has, nothing has, nothing is, everyone is. So this is the concept. As you use the third person singular, similarly you use indefinite pronoun with like with certain verbs which take s or es form in the present tense. Okay, now let's get to the third category, which is the relative pronoun. Now what is relative pronoun? As the name refers to, that it would relate a particular word with some other part of the sentence. So this word is known as relative word. Like there are certain words like which, that, where, who, these types of words are known as relative words. And in them, like if I give you example, the man who told me, so the man who told me, this who is working like as a relation between man and who told me. So this word is known as thou. It's a clause which we will inshallah get to know in the upcoming lectures, but here we are learning this word as a relative word, which you can also use in clauses as well. To form adjectival clauses or noun clauses, you really need to depend on using these relative words. Or the place where I was born, so where I was born, the where word in this particular form is the relative word. Now if we talk about interrogative words, so these also work as WH question words, which you use them, I've already used in the relative, but they here act as interrogation. So you use them in order to interrogate or in order to question someone, like who told you. So this is a pronoun, who told you, because after who you use a verb and subject. So in a subject you use this pronoun, which is the interrogative pronoun. When do you celebrate? So these all kind of words, when you use them in interrogative or question sentences, they are known as interrogative pronoun. And in them you also use few of them: what, which, who, when, where. These all types of WH question words, like what is mainly the part, which, where, who, that you begin in the informative question. So you call them interrogative pronoun. Now let's get to the fifth category, which is the reciprocal pronoun. Now what are the reciprocal pronoun? Pronouns which actually reciprocate some information or some objects, like in between two individuals or among some individuals. So you can call them reciprocal. Like few of the examples or two of the examples I would like to quote here. One is that each other, like you say that they discuss the matter with each other, like confidently or in a polite manner. So they discuss the matter with each other. So each other is the reciprocal pronoun. One another, that is also one of the kinds. So now or one of the examples. Now let's get to the sixth type, that is the reflexive pronoun. Now reflexive pronoun refers to like someone who actually makes an action by him or herself. So in that, like I said, himself or herself or ourselves or themselves, like with our, because it's a plural one, so selves, selves, and themselves, but herself, self, and myself, self, so yourself. But when you talk about ourselves, themselves, so itself, that is a singular, itself. So this type of category is known as reflexive pronoun. And I'll give you one example in the sentence, and you say that he thought of this plan himself. So he thought of this plan himself. He thought of this plan himself. So he did it himself. So this is the reflexive, which shows reflex in the sentence. So this is what we call it, reflexive pronoun. To it, this pronoun itself defines like this object or whatsoever that you have used in a sentence. Now moving forward to another category, which is demonstrative, the seventh one, demonstrative pronoun. Now what are the demonstrative? As the name refers to, that they would demonstrate or show or indicate or portray some to something. Like, so here demonstrative pronoun, like there are four pronouns which we use them: this, that, these, those. This and that we use for the singular, whereas these and those we use for the plural. Like in singular, this is used for the closer objects, like if you're standing nearby your car and you say this is my car. If I talk about this is my microphone, so this is my microphone. But this microphone, if it is placed on the table somewhere far of me, so I would say that is my microphone. So for near singular you use this, and for far singular you use that. Similarly, these and those, the same concept, like these is used for the plural, but near, those is used for the plural, but for far objects. Like you say, these are my cars, or two cars you're standing in between, and you refer that your cars are parked into the parking lot, and you say those are my cars. So those are my cars and these are my cars. This is the concept of demonstrative pronoun. And now let's get to the last point, that is emphatic pronoun. Now, as you have already studied reflexive pronoun, like myself, herself, ourselves, themselves, yourself, so they are reflexive pronouns. Similarly, you use the same type in emphatic, but here now the word emphatic refers to stress on something. So here you would say like I myself did this. Similarly, over there was a different use, and I made a sentence that I thought of this plan myself, or he thought of this plan himself, right? But here you say that I myself drove the car, and she herself cooked this food. So she herself cooked this food. So it is just putting extra stress on that pronoun, that somebody performed an action. So this is the overall concept of using pronoun with its 8 categories, and I hope you have fully understood all these categories along with the definition of pronoun. If you have any query with regards to this video or topic, you may feel free to ask me, to type your message in the comment box below. And please like and share my video and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell icon button for more videos, so that you can get to have all these videos fully. And like I would say at the end that please watch the previous video and also the upcoming videos so that you can be along with the pace of these lectures, so that you can fully comprehend all the lecture of parts of speech. So this was the second video in a series. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much. Wish you all the luck. Stay happy. Allah Hafiz.